Yoke Fiends are the twisted stillbirths of cursed devils, 1,000 generations growing ever more debased and feeble, and crossbred with beasts of the field by the sadistic infernal biopriests. These least of all demon king are kept in servitude until even after the stars go out. Lacking intelligence and tortured by their own perverse existence and filled with malice, they are fit for nothing more but the crudest of tasks. In the innermost chamber of their black heart remains a tiniest polluted shard of divinity, the cruel legacy of their once angelic forefathers. This dim knowledge and their repulsive fallen state fills the Yoke Fiends with unending hatred and envy towards any untouched part of the creation. Throughout the endless plains of hell, Yoke Fiends keep the great boiling cauldrons constantly lit, feeding the fires with the damned. They gleefully throw the endlessly shrieking souls into the boiling vats of pitch, the torment of others being the sole consolation of their miserable existence. In work gangs 1,000,000 strong in the vast quarries, the yoke thralls cut the ubiquitous black stone, with which they erect the great towers, keeps ziggurats of hell, monuments glorifying their own bitter enslavement. Yoke Fiends torment the leagues-long columns of the still-living damned as they march into the lake of fire, whipping them incessantly with scourges fashioned from the nerve bundles of still-conscious victims. This colossal human suffering in turn powers the goetic magic of the archdevils and their mortal servants, as it disturbs God's plan in the universe. When called to war, the bellows of these brutal creatures shake the very foundations of their Lord's manse. They are given simple but wicked weapons, and they delight in the pain they inflict with them. Axes, spiked clubs, curving hooks, pitchforks, and even simple firearms loaded with shot of infernal iron are given to these monstrous creatures. A Yoke Fiend stands some 7 to 8 feet tall, with layers of shivering fat and muscle branded by their masters and carved by the knives of the hell priests to mark them as property of the greater demons. They exhibit bestial features such as horns and hooves of cattle or goats, ape-like limbs with immensely dense bones. They hate seeing their own reflections, as in their heart of hearts they know the beauty and glory that they have lost for all eternity. Alrighty, new unit announced, the Yoke Fiend. It's Wednesday, which means it's new unit day. And yeah, the Yoke Fiend, this giant armoured goat cow, is the easiest way to describe it. Described in the lore there as 7 to 8 feet tall. So looking at a bigger unit, a tankier guy. Lore wise, these are super interesting because a lot of, this is going to sound strange, a lot of the units of hell, they have aspiration and potential for let's call it professional growth. These guys have none. They're literally described as being bound to servitude until the stars go out. Nothing about their situation will ever change, and that's a really, really interesting aspect of them, because when all you can do is stay where you are and suffer, then I would argue the suffering that you want to inflict on others and will inflict on others, and you know, undoubtedly that will happen in the game, will be tremendous. The only way forward is non-existent. So what do you do? Only brutalize everything around you, especially because this whole like little spark of divinity that they have in them, I find that to be a really nice touch. The constant torturous reminder of what was lost is super interesting. So yeah, dope ass design. Another unit that I am extremely excited to paint, and probably, let me have a little look here. I've got the document open right beside me. I think this is maybe the most flesh we've seen on a unit from the court of the seven-headed serpent to date. Everything up till now has been pretty well armored, except for, I guess, the cloak element of the Hunter of the Left-Hand Path, which was a Cloak of Flesh, really, when I think about it. But yeah, I'm really excited to dive in, paint these guys, probably stay very true to the colouring of the art here. I don't see myself straying from it. Back in the day when I was a Warhammer Fantasy Battles guy and I was painting my Beastmen, I always veered more towards grey than brown, and I really like that aspect of the artwork here. The flesh itself looking pallid, looking almost necrotic. Everything about it just really suits. So overall, I'm really digging it. I'm very curious to see how these folks will play on the table, because we've got like Refined 1.4 coming very soon for the rules. These guys will be impacting those rules, but we still don't know and won't know how they play on the table until we get any kind of full reveal about them or their pieces, and we might not even get that outside of the Kickstarter. I have no idea. So yeah, really interesting and exciting unit. Once again, nothing here making me doubt the fact that the Court is probably my top faction at this point, but I'm always kind of hell/chaos/whatever is veering in that weird direction. So that's it for this video. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. As always, I hope you're having a lovely day, folks. Thank you for watching.